Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tallest in Life channel. We appreciate you tuning in.
In this episode, we are at the Coastal Georgia RV Resort here in Brunswick, Georgia.
Yeah. While we're here, we actually are going to visit Savannah. We're going to visit St. Simon Island and Jekyll Island, where we're going to take you down to Driftwood Beach and look at this beautiful beach while we're there. But now we're going to...
So now what we're going to do, as we always do, we're going to take you around the RV park so that you can see where we're staying. So come along.
The Coastal RV Resort is located in Brunswick, Georgia, which is on the east coast of the great state. It sits about 75 miles south of Savannah, about an hour's drive, 16 miles away from St. Simon's Island, and 13 miles away from Jekyll Island. As we take you through the entrance of the resort, you can see the office here on the right. Inside the office, there's a store that contains some basic RV supplies, as well as some LP gas should you need it. There's also a small conference room here. The park has 105 RV sites. All are 35 feet wide, with lengths ranging from 60 to 70 feet. Most of the sites are pull-throughs, which makes it a breeze to get in with a large rig. All sites are full hookups, including 30 and 50 amp service. Cable TV and Wi-Fi is also included. Not to mention, of course, all have picnic tables. As you can see, all the roads are paved, and there's some landscaping in between each site to provide some level of privacy, as clay points to our space. Oh, and every day that we were here, the winds were between 25 and 30 miles per hour. So there obviously are no awnings out, and I wasn't able to get any aerial shots because of the high winds. Here's a look at some of the back-end sites that go along the property line. And the building on the left, well, that's one of 2 bathhouses and laundromats. With a dog park, if you want to take the pet off the leash and let them run a while. The price per night here was around $48. And now let's look at the sites that back up to the lake that are located here in the park. And here's even a better look at the lake. You can fish here, but no swimming. And now let's ride to the pool as we take a look at more of the RV sites. The pool appears to be quite adequate, and the building behind the pool, well, that's the second bathhouse and laundromat. And here's a quick look at that. And now Clay and I ride to the new section of the park, which has a nice view of the lake. And a nice walkway as well that extends just about the entire length of the lake. And these are the buddy sites. You know, that's where 2 rigs can face each other door to door, if you will. Keep in mind, the only thing about the park that we really didn't care about, though it's not a deal breaker, is just on the other side of that tree line. Well, that's I-95, and you can hear some of the interstate traffic noise while here in the park, so just be aware. And those two buildings, those are clubhouses. One is still being constructed, but let's have a look inside at the completed one. Inside here you see there's a nice place to prepare food with the restrooms, of course. A great place to hold RV rallies, cookouts, picnics. Not to mention here is a nice fireplace. And one more look at all the room you have here. Out back is a nice dock where you can actually enjoy a great view of the lake. Well, that's a quick look at the RV park. Now, let's take you to Jekyll Island. Taking the short drive to Jekyll Island, just be aware as you enter the park there is an $8 a day fee to get inside. But you can actually use that pass in and out for the remainder of that day. We enjoy the view of our ride into the park before reaching our next destination. And as we took the short walk on the path, we felt the wind begin to blow and even howl. An eerie feeling was in the air. Everything seemed to turn gray, and we wondered if we were still in Georgia. For it looked like we'd stepped into a sci-fi movie of another dimension. But calmer heads prevailed, and we realized it was just Driftwood Beach. Jekyll Island's beloved Driftwood Beach enchants all who come to visit her. The beach and its iconic driftwood formed as a result of decades of erosion. It's estimated that nearly 1,000 feet of Jekyll's beaches have been lost to erosion since 1900. Man, that's more than 3 football fields. The eroded soil simply became unable to support the trees, which then fell and decayed gradually over time. Some stand like twisted sculptures in front of a picturesque coast. While these remain fully exposed, some appear to emerge from the depths of the sand. And for those that have been ripped out of the sand, they reveal their shallow roots, with trunks and limbs contorted and weathered by the wind. Driftwood Beach is one of Jekyll Island's signature places, and it will at some point run out of wood. The winds and the ocean will eventually take them all. So it may be a good time to visit before they become driftwood on another beach. The ocean strips away the leaves and the bark, and then the sun bleaches the skeletons, leaving the boneyard appearance. Though Driftwood Beach has its unique beauty, in some regards, it's quite sad to see what was once towering oaks and pines to be reduced to old, fragile, decaying wood. Oh, and I'm sure you probably noticed the capsized cargo ship offshore. Well, that's the Golden Ray, owned by Hyundai. It capsized September 8th, soon after it departed the port of Brunswick, bound for Baltimore, with its cargo of over 4,000 Hyundai and Kia automobiles, which remain on board. Thankfully, however, the ship's pilot and the 23 crew members were all safely rescued. The Golden Ray is 656 feet long and weighs 71,000 tons. The pilot of the ship was praised for running the ship on a sandbar, preventing it from completely sinking and submerging, which avoided an even greater environmental impact. Not sure how much longer it'll remain here, but I've read that the experts are working feverishly to get it removed. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of The Tallest in Life. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to smash that like button. And if you want to see more content in the future, consider subscribing. Until next time, be well and stay safe.